Well, I have to say it's certainly nice to be back outside in the garden again after the cold spell that we had around Easter. What I'm doing is I'm going to evaluate some plants out here in the garden that were hit hard by the freeze that we had. And I'm looking at this azalea here, and I can already see the flowers were burnt by the freeze, but there's already some green, some new growth on this plant, so it's recovering from the freeze. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a clipping off of this azalea to make sure that it's still alive and doing well. A good way to do that is you could just take a small clipping of the plant, and what you can see if you turn the small clipping over, that there's still green within the base of the plant, or the stem of the plant, if you will. And this is doing fine. Let me show you a place here on this azalea that is dead. And I'm going to cut this back. It's pretty easy to tell. You can see there is no life here in this particular limb. So azaleas need to be cut after they've bloomed, cut back if you're trimming them. So now would be a perfect time to go through and clean out some of that dead foliage, which this is. Moved on to these hostas here, and as you can see, they're black, so this growth here is dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these grass clippers and I'm just going to cut the dead part off. And you can see that the cells here within the hostas are just no longer growing, so this is dead. So I'm going to cut that back, and you can just take them. Some of them will come off easily because they are dead. So just take them back to the growth here in the ground, which is what I'm doing here. And what I'm hoping is that Mother Nature will go ahead and recover these hostas, and the base of the plant will continue to grow and sprout new leaves. So right now we just have to be patient with Mother Nature and allow her to do her own work, if you will. But to get rid of the dead foliage, go ahead and cut it back. It's dead, and it'll look nicer. Most boxwoods in the city took a real beating from the freeze as well, and as you can see by the foliage here, top foliage, the new growth was burnt. And what's going to happen is this foliage will drop, and what will happen is that the boxwood will go ahead and replenish itself with new growth. So I would not be alarmed at this point, because I think that what's going to happen is that the new foliage is going to go ahead and appear. So if you want to cut them back, you can certainly do so, and to make the appearance look better if you'd like, just take those flowers just right off the top, and then you'll have that look that's nice and green with all the dead growth cut off. But I'm guessing that these are going to bounce back and be just fine. So go ahead, cut back the dead foliage if you'd like, or I think it'll just fall off if you just want to wait. After the hard freeze, you want to be patient. It's going to take a while for everything to bounce back, so don't start cutting things back hastily. This dogwood is already starting to bounce back. The blooms, of course, froze, so they're not going to be any good, but there's new foliage already staying on. So just be patient when it comes to all of your plants, not only your trees and your shrubs, but your perennials. Cut back what's dead, that you can actually tell is dead, and then be patient. You may not have to cut the plant all the way back. We're just going to give Mother Nature some time to just recoup from the extreme temperatures that we had.